maybe it's due to the lack of understanding of how to utilize the hero the best that you can. Then looking at the bans, got into a second phase here. Just Void Spirit from Reality Rift, something that can be played as a mid or a position 4. Very flexible hero for 496. And 496 banning out the Pugna. Pugna's so good against Necro. And they did have a really hard time playing against the Pugna Tiny combo from some of the Pinoy teams, which caused them quite a bit of issues. They're going to ban Void now, so that's a really good hero with Phoenix. Mostly every single team has been actually first phasing Faceless Void. So it makes a whole lot of sense that they would actually ban it out here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Right. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Team fighting is... And if you watch any single TI, if you watch the finals, team fight is everything, right? Literally every finals of TI. Maybe not TI 4 so much, because that was like absolute death ball. You can take like 6 towers in like 14 minutes. But even then, like there was still a lot of team fighting on the team that was, winning the game. Because when you go into the mid late game, that's the only thing that you can rely on. And most of the games against good teams, they don't end in 20 minutes. They end like 30, 40 minutes. So you always get that opportunity to be able to come back into the game by just fighting. Mm-hmm.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I was muted. Oh no, not again. Jesus. Basically I was saying team fights. Yeah, no, I muted myself this time. First I muted you, now I mute me. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's a disaster. This is what happens when you cook my brain this early in the morning. But no, basically I was saying team fight. Team fight is good. Always draft team fight. Team fight is fun. We got some more bans coming out. The Spectre and the Darkseer are both banned out. See more team fighters. Throw them all in the bin. Reality Rift with their first pick of the second phase now coming up.
Yeah, I think in this pick, they're most... I mean, they didn't actually ban out the Snapfire, which is kind of interesting. I feel like Reality Rift would have got rid of that, considering they do have a Phoenix, and 496 didn't take the Snapfire right away. So that's kind of interesting. They decide to get rid of the Spectre instead. So we'll see where that takes them if 496 decide to go for the Snap here. But Reality Rift, they do have a Tiny available, which could be an interesting position 4 hero for them. Make the Phoenix into a position 5. That's very solid. I don't really see them picking a carry right away. At least, especially since Faceless Void is banned out. I think if Faceless Void was still in the pool, they might have just taken that right instantly.
Dire team pick.
And
Tramp. Okay. Alright, so that's probably the position 5 tree. It could be played as a position 3, but only Ice has been really doing that as of late. Most of the time, the trend just ends up at the 5, which means the Phoenix is most likely at the 4 or the 3. So they have a lot of flexibility, actually, on Reality Rift side right now. And Doombringer can be played as a 3 or the 2 as well. Here we go, Snapfire. It's coming. It's coming.
I think it might be. I think it might be. Let's see.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It
works
because
well
the
for
clock
as well. Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Never mind. It's a Tiny instead.
The complete opposite. It's an absolutely terrible egg hitter.
Yeah, it really doesn't actually hit eggs.
But now the big play is to get a carry with high attack speed, and then Tiny just yeets him into the middle of the egg, and then you don't need a blink. You don't need any of this. No, I'm just kidding. That's a stupid idea, but they still need an egg hitter very much.
Yeah, they do. They do. You can't play into the late game without an egg hitter, and I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to have to put this Tiny at the position 2, and then probably pick like a Mirana or something. Or even still a Snapfire, right? But Mirana might make a little bit more sense in this kind of game with the heroes that you have. So you got that like clock, cogs into arrow combo. But regardless, I feel Reality Rift's lineup just seems so much more team fight heavy compared to 496. So I'm kind of worried about how. Oh no, not Morphling. Oh boy.
Oh no, for which team would you say?
I mean, I hate Morphling. It's such a liability in every game. Like, you have to have a good lane, and if you don't have a good lane, you kind of just start falling off. And Necrophos is a pretty good hero against Morph too. The only thing that's really good for Reality Rift though is their other 3 heroes are such good team fighters. So maybe they can actually buy enough time. And okay, maybe Reality Rift just made the 5-head play of taking a Morphling to counter the gyro that they were already predicting that was gonna come. So the Morphling on its own is trash, but because 496 picked the gyro, now all of a sudden this Morphling pick seems genius.
It does
in this situation.
You're right. It does seem very good. Yeah, I mean, do you really think that was a prediction from Reality Rift then?
I mean, it could be. Like, they know that 496 play a lot of gyrocopter, right? He's playing this hero like every other game.
Yeah.
So it's definitely possible. I would say that if 496 ended up picking like a Phantom Lancer, that could have been problematic in this game instead of going for the gyrocopter. But 496 have made themselves very predictable at this point with how they are playing and their system in their drafts. Did you know that they played Dire for the last like 10 days? Only Dire?
Wow, that's that's pretty hardcore. Why?
They have not played a single game of Radiant. Because they're just probably prioritizing Dire every game, and most of the other teams end up prioritizing Radiant or like second pick or whatever. Yeah, so like they can just get Dire. Fortnite says, I don't care if we have first pick or second pick. Just give me Dire.
Well, every game we've seen them on, it definitely seems to be more they definitely seem really comfortable playing around the map. You know, little things like Gyro using that courier for the creep spotting, and generally just playing the map. It does feel very good for 496 to be on this side of the map. So not hugely surprising, but I mean it's still interesting because second pick does just feel so strong right now. I mean you get the second pick. Yeah, sure, you don't get first pick, but that's not a big deal anymore. And then you've also got the last pick overall. And you get having the second pick in the first phase actually better because you can pick something and then you get like 3 mans to protect it. So
Radiant team pick.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly check my volume real quick because someone said that it's cracked. All right, is my volume okay to you, Nomad?
It's okay. It's a little bit high. A little bit high. We're up there. No worries.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, how about now? Is that better?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, sounds better. Sounds better to me. And turn you up a little bit if you get a little bit lower compared to the game. Turn the game down. A little too quiet, I would say. We're dipping a bit down low there, buddy.
Okay. How about this? That's better then?
Yeah, we're in the sweet spot now. This is where the magic happens in this zone.
Perfect.
Choose your hero.
Alright, we have that Spirit coming out as the final pickup for Reality Rift. Hustler jumping straight on to the Earthy Boy this time around. So, yeah, it's going to be Arjit on the Morphling, KYXY on his Phoenix, Alacrity Doom, Hustler on the Earth Spirit, and of course, Nuts on the Treant Protector.
So it's going to be a position 3 Phoenix, position 4 Earth Spirit, and then they're going to have that Morphling carry and a mid Doom. That's going to be pretty good. Death Prophet is actually a strong hero, I would say, overall against the lineup of Reality Rift. You get that silence on the Morphling, you got the Siphon on the Doom. But then again, if the Doom does come out onto like Necro or DP, especially the DP before she gets her ult off, she could just straight up feed in the fight. They have so much teamfight on the side of Reality Rift. I mean, 496 also have a lot of teamfight. This is going to be an intense game, man.
Yeah, I think so as well. I like what both teams are doing. I do think Reality Rift have the advantage in the draft because I do like this Morphling pick. Turned into be a pretty good one. And throughout everything, like even though they have the Gyrocopter, I still wouldn't say they have massive amounts of egg killing potential. And that gives Reality Rift the advantage of the team fights, especially when you pair that up with the Treant Protector. Between the two of them, it is going to be quite worrisome.
Indeed. So I fully expect this Doom to get enough farm in the mid lane, but then the Death Prophet is going to be completely free farming. She's quite a good hero against the Doom because she's got that extra sustain from the siphons. That DP out of the way because she's a very important hero to shut down. Necrophos is going to be laning up with either the Clock or the Tiny. I mean, that's the benefit of 496 cores right now. They got the Gyro, Necro, 2 ranged carries or cores, and 2 melee supports. I've been seeing a lot of this from 496. We'll see who is going to lane with whom.
Prepare for battle.
They're going to make that smoke play, looks like. Yeah, they are. This is a signature 496. Level 1 smoke into a first blood. Check this out, Nomad. Check this out. This is gonna be brilliant. Watch this. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
They know you can't do the same move over and over again like this and not expect to be punished. Bombi, he doesn't know what he's walking into right here, and boom, the damage comes in. Bombi in the front lines doesn't know what's coming his way. The damage is out, and the Clockwork is going to be the first blood. Reality Rift, so prepared for that one. These guys have been doing that.
You've activated my trap card. 496. Oh my goodness. And the first blood go their way. Are they gonna get this D ward as well? I'm pretty sure they've been planning this like almost every game that we see them play, because they're playing Dire every game too. So if you're getting Radiant, you pretty much have an idea of like what 496 is gonna do.
That's
right.
True,
if you actually watch replays.
Yeah, if you watch their replays, indeed, like you're gonna know their favorite warding spots. You're gonna know where they like to play, and you don't have to switch it up between Radiant and Dire. You do just get like a set pattern time and time again.
Yeah,
that'll be pretty nice. Well, yeah, so you're trying to protect this rune here. He has to have an avalanche, but Nuts is going to throw down the rune. I'm going to go for this, but Yassi's taking so much damage. Look at this tree, he's just smashing through him. The homing missile comes through to slow down the Treant Protector. They are still trying to go on the aggressive here, though, Reality Rift. Despite Nuts being so low, they don't really care.
They only get 1 rune, though, on the side of Reality Rift, but I think that they're okay with that because the Doom did get a first blood gold there. But I mean, this is probably. Oh, look at that! That's a D word.
Oh yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Doesn't want to take it immediately because doesn't want to risk Hung Hung denying it.
Denied. Exactly. That would be so huge if they actually denied. So, Morphling. Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say like Doom having first blood is probably literally the worst hero for Reality Rift to get first blood because he's gonna get so much gold anyway, and his net worth isn't gonna like make this DP suffer in this
lane. Hustler, he's gonna go down to Bombi in 458. KXY unable to do much to help him out. That battery assault plus homing missile damage is just too much for the Spirit to handle. But
yeah,
you know what?
this is what's up?
Something we kind of skimmed over a little bit is this Doom at mid, which is, probably pretty unusual to some people. We've actually had the privilege of casting quite a few Doom mid games, but yeah, I mean, this is a pretty interesting hero to see in the middle lane. So you usually see one of 2 builds. Either they kind of just go for the Doom build anyway, where you kind of get the auras, where you help your team out, and maybe go Shield or something like that. Or sometimes we see them going for the Echo Saber, then into the Aghanims for the break potential, even going Silver sometimes as well, just to really smack it down. I'm probably not expecting that this game though, just because there's no real benefit to the break.
Yeah, I think the most common build is just a phase, drums, blink, BKB, Shivas, and it's just proven and tested to be a good build, and I don't expect anybody to really like go beyond that build. You just want to make Dota very simple for you. You just figure out like an item build that works really well with your hero, and then you just like stick to that so you can concentrate more on the plays. Oh, Nuts bottom. Getting gone on, there's an avalanche.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Is it enough though? Yassi will be able to finish the job with a right click there from the Tiny. And another kill going the way of 496. Gonna make things a little bit nicer in this bottom lane. The Morphling still having a fairly nice time, but yeah, I mean, what can you really do to pressure this Morphling in this bottom lane, though?
Well, I mean, all they have to do is just right-click him. But it looks like they've been doing a pretty good job, the Trend Protector especially, at protecting the Morphling's farm here.
Trying to make a play onto the gyro here, but there's a stun coming on through. Bottomy's turning up as well, so Hustler might actually be the one in a bit of trouble right now. They're trying to break him free from those cogs, but unfortunately, the damage is looking to be a bit too much. The right click from 458 will punish the Reality Rift for that aggressive movement onto the gyro. You gotta respect the clock.
You do. I just want to mention, like, this Morphling is actually doing very well in this bottom lane in comparison to, like, how I thought it would go. Because Morphling Tiny, I mean, sorry, Necro Tiny is not a joke of a lane. But maybe the Tiny having to start top has made a big impact in the Necro's ability to be able to harass Morphling during his biggest weak laning stage part. So he's okay. I mean, and the fact that he got to this point, I think he's going to be completely fine. No caster's curse here. We're good.
Ooh. Getting close, but has a strength morph. Can you morph strength whilst you're in the air from Tiny tossing you?
No.
Oh,
if he tosses you, you can't. It's considered stun. So.
Gotcha.
But you can like morph through the avalanche. You get stunned. You get mini stunned, right? So they'll cast spells and stuff like that.
Alacrity, he's getting his life drained a little bit by Hong Kong here in the middle lane as the Tiny considers going forward here, but realizing that it's daytime, he's going to be very easily predicted out. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Hustler in some trouble again here as he's getting run down by Bommy. Can they do anything about it? The answer is no, and KYXY is actually just kind of staying still, but he baited him. Big play,
he wanted to kill that Clockwork. He knew everything, what he was doing right there.
Very nice.
Wow, look at Alacrity, dude, in this lane. Holy smokes. 28 lasses to 17 of the DP?
Pretty good.
I think the DP has just been messing up in lasses here because there's not a whole lot of denies on Doom. Or maybe he's making it real hard for the DP to actually farm.
Hard to say, I haven't really been super focused in on the middle lane, but meanwhile, down and bottom, they will get that kill onto Dappy. Killing off this Necro. And yeah, you talk about predictability, and 496, you know, going dire every game, picking this Gyrocopter, picking this Death Prophet, you know, in theory, this should be a pretty easy team to counter when it comes to, you know, looking at strategy. If you know what the team's going to do most of the time, then planning around it shouldn't be too hard. And it feels like Reality Rift are a team which has done their homework in this game one. I mean, Morphling's just not a hero which struggles against Death Prophet. You know, there's no burst on the Death Prophet, so absolutely no kill potential. Can't really contest the CS that well. You know, he can heal the creeps up, mess up a last hit or two, but he's not really going to put on a tremendous amount of pressure. And we do see the Morphling kind of just happily pulling ahead here, a level ahead, a bunch of last hits ahead as well, as Adj's having a great time.
Yeah, it looks like the Clockwork has also rotated mid to remove that catapult pressure there, so it's pretty good for the Death Prophet now in the mid lane. She can choose to rotate with this ultimate if she decides to, let's say, go bottom or something like that. Oh, Nuts getting tossed back.
Yeah, maybe in a bit of trouble here, trying to run through the trees. The Tree Protector throwing down in Nature's Grasp, but the right click will find him from Dappy. And that is going to put an end. But Alacrity comes through. He's actually dropping the Doom down onto the Necrophos. Really wants to find this a kill. And Ajit getting on top of him as well. Blocks coming out from Alacrity just to make sure. And they will be able to run him down. The toss back from Yazzie. Very ambitious from this Tiny. And you know what? Alacrity, it's like, hey, no, you're not getting away from me. Come back here, you little pebble.
Damage, dude.
Jesus. With the speed aura as well. Helping out so much.
Level 3 score stretches is so much damage there. Mid lane, they're going to actually drop the Exo to do some damage to this tower middle. Oh, even got the courier. Got the courier too.
Meanwhile, the tree
Who's gonna go back to defend
dies
it?
at mid to Hong Kong as well, so already value.
Yeah. If the Doom TP's mid, he's actually straight up dead to this DP. He doesn't have score strength up, right? So he's just gonna walk there. Score strength is back. Earth Spirit is looking to make a play maybe.
From behind here, yeah, they might be looking for something, but Hustler needs to back himself away. That Spirit Siphon plus the Ghost's doing quite a reasonable amount of damage. And the Spirit's going to be very cautious about that. So, I mean, they defend the tower. It's fine. They ain't lost that tree, but it's all good.
Damn, he canceled the TP of the Morphling. So they must know there's like a ward right in front of their tower. Because of the TP cancel there. Oh man, I just like,
Lairs
damn it,
coming in
not
as
to make
well.
this slow walk of shame back.
He's got Morbid Mask. He doesn't need to go anywhere, does he?
I mean, he's just gonna farm here. I think he was planning to like go back to base or something, or try to TP to the Ancients area. I didn't see where he actually TP. Because with his Morbid Mask, he can obviously start doing Ancients already if he wishes to. He's just gonna stay here in the jungle now. I mean, the Tiny is gonna be able to see him just walking through. Needs to be careful. So what happens with Tiny versus Morphling is, in the first initial avalanche hit, the Morphling gets stunned, and then you toss them during that, and you can burst. So all the avalanches are like doing damage to the Morph. And then when he comes back down, he takes like twice the damage, right, from the toss combo.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He
and
can
that's how
get off
Morphling...
the
right.
tribute
So
shift
it's
if you
actually
leave it
very
too long.
scary to play Morphling against Tiny. Like, you could be sitting at 500 health, and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm okay, I can just strength shift, and then boom, you just get comboed and died.
Yeah, and they're gonna know obviously about this this invis ring from Yazzie is the Doom to just see it. So Ajit knows not to mess around on low HP as the Tiny is out to get him, and immediately roaming around and looking for this kill. Looking in towards kind of the next 10 minutes of this game, who are expecting to kind of take the initiative and start going for things here? They're going for this. This Morphling, wow, he did not take my advice. He did not take anyone's advice. He's just gonna get killed off by Yassi. There it is.
That's such a big kill, man. He's already level 5 now on the Tiny. Like, this is the one hero you can't be giving away solo kills to, especially a support Tiny. Because the faster he hits level 8, where he gets that 4 levels in Avalanche and Toss, it just becomes a big menace. But in this game, he's not going to be able to like actually burst anyone from 0 to 100, because they're all like quite tanky. It's 4 strength heroes and a Morph.
4 strength heroes and a Morphling. Indeed, yeah. Death Prophet's Spirit Siphon is going to find a lot of value this game, that's for sure. Going for this right now as the drop in the Exo. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there comes a Reaper's Side down onto the Treant Protector, taking him out, but in the mid, they're fighting for this one as well. He's got in deep, trying to mess with Hustler right now, and they've got the life drain onto him as well. Alacrity, though, sitting on the front lines, but he's got to be careful. He's got his life drain to res. They drop the Supernova in behind Hung here, really trying hard to pressure him. Meanwhile, the doomed up Tiny meeting up with the Death Prophet here. Not sure what he's trying to really achieve from this one. Does that Doom come off? Yes, and now Hustler could be in some trouble. He's going to go down, but Hung on the run, trying to get himself away. And actually, they don't have the chase for this Death Prophet. She's about to be healed up by a Ghost as well, so the opportunity to kill her is long gone. And
that's a
even
pretty
nice
big
DP
on the mid, because they saved the tower, the DP used their Exo, and now she's got out. But the big win here is for 496458 on his Gyrocopter. He got the tower bottom, and he's about to build up into his Mask of Madness as well. Look at this.
Look at this efficiency.
Back the small camp, yeah. Efficiency. I mean, we've seen them do this every time. Let's check out the Ancients. Do they have any stacks yet? No, they don't. They don't have any stacks on the Ancients quite yet. That's the one thing they are lacking.
Yeah, the supports have been a little bit busy to be second Ancients for him this game, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this man is a captain, or he sells the seas of efficiencies, as it were. They're looking for him. They don't have to. They've got Centaur Stomps. They might be able to bring him down here. Yeah, they bait out the TP, and yeah, 458. No way out of this one anymore. Gonna drop the cooldown though. Gonna slow him down a little bit. Surely there's no escape though. He's got the Magnetize on him as well. Hustler's gonna keep on refreshing that one. Jarrett, maybe if he can hit some creeps, he might keep himself alive, but that's not gonna happen. He is gonna go down here, and the gank is successful. Always, always, always check that Doom's spells. If he's got that Centaur Stomp, you gotta run yourself away, children.
Yeah, he saw he's level 9. He's like, okay, this guy doesn't have Infernal Blade, right? This is the common build on Doom mid. It's like level 4 Devour, level 4 Scorched Earth. So he tried for the TP, didn't work out. But that's gonna be a huge win for Reality Rift, because that's gonna remove some pressure off the Morphling, thinking like, oh, this guy's farming too fast. Getting that kill off, removing him off. Oh yeah. So in this game, we didn't talk about the egg hitter, right? The egg hitter is going to be the Gyrocopter with the BKB and the Aghanims, like, just try to hit the egg. But that means until he gets to BKB, so he's going to go Aghs first, and then he's going to go for BKB. So until then, I don't think they have a good egg hitter on the side of Fortnite.
I don't think so either. And even the Gyro, as mentioned before, you know, they've still got this problem of the Treant Protector with Overgrowth. He's going to be trying to protect the egg where he can as well.
Right. So he can't even BKB and hit the egg because the Overgrowth is going to come on.
Exactly, exactly. It's a very scary egg this game. might do a bit of scrambling. Budget though holding down in the mid here, but once again Hung Hung gonna pop that Exorcism. Just throwing it down really early there because he doesn't want to get doomed up and not be able to cast that, so not afraid to just throw it out. Yeah.
They're bringing 5 heroes middle, dude. They don't care. I mean, that's huge though, because now the DP just runs away with their Exo. Completely wasted. But at the same time, she did manage to bring like 4 or 5 heroes mid, which is going to give free farm for the Gyro and the Necro.
Yeah, it's an interesting one to think about, isn't it? Like, is this worth it in the long run? Is this the better trade? 5 heroes mid, Exorcism down? I mean, if they were playing a faster paced draft, then I'd say no. But considering they've got the Gyrocopter, I'm kind of okay with it. Talking to the Gyrocopter. He's actually getting jumped. Oh no, it's the Tiny who's getting jumped, and the Gyro's actually coming in to back up his Tiny here, but the Egg's going to come down full 5-8, going to pop that Mask of Madness and start taking down that Egg. That's going to help out as well, and they will bring down the Phoenix, and look at that, 3 kills to the Gyrocopter. Just using that flat cannon to bring down the extra +1 and getting everybody else really low. And that Phoenix Egg was absolutely horrible.
That really was. I mean, they just lost the fight 2 versus 3 on the mid lane, and meanwhile Doom was making a play top on the Necrophos. It's just very split on their decision of what they should do.
Yeah.
I feel if they just combined their spells, like Earth Spirit and the Doom can literally kill anybody on this map. They just have to play together, right? You get the roll in, you get the Doom off, and nobody's gonna survive against that, especially against a Scorcher, you know, running at you with drums. It just kind of feels like the fact that Reality Rift have this Morphling, their gameplay or game speed has slowed down quite a lot. They have to wait until this guy gets some items before they're able to run that 496 instead. Oh, here's the stacks, the Ancients. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, there's like 4 stacks, and where'd they come from?
Yeah, I saw the Tiny make 1, but that was only one of them. But these guys do not mess around. Flat Cannon, Mask of Madness, see you later, creepies. You are out of the game, and the Gyrocopter rocketing up to the first place in the net worth chart, to absolutely nobody's surprise.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise, actually, that the Doom is still near him, to be honest, but I guess that's what happens when you max Devour.
Oh yeah, this is the power of Doom, right? You just get really high net worth. Once he does get BKB, that's going to be a pretty scary boy. They don't really have a whole lot of damage. I mean, I guess they do have Exo, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
To do damage against the BKB Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get over the fact that this Morphling is like such a liability as a hero in this game. He can't even enter the team fights because he's got to worry about the silence from the DP. He's got to worry about the Reaper sight. Then there's like all these hook shots and tiny toss combos. It's so scary. Even though I get the point, like maybe you're preemptively picking it for the Gyrocopter, it's just too much. This early game is just going the way of 496, and Reality Rift, they gotta get that one big fight to put themselves back in.
Yeah, 100%. They need to find that big team fight with the Egg, with the Overgrowth, with the Morphling, with the Shotgun, but before they've got that, they are going to be losing this bottom tier 2 tower currently, and there is nobody here to defend this. Hung Hung's going for a bit of investigation. He's like, really? Nobody? Okay, boys.
Okay, they're just going to go for mid. Yeah, I mean, I think this is worth it because they need to delay the game and control this mid area, so it's going to be harder for 496 to take this mid tower back. And this is going to give them a little bit more space, right, for the Morphling now.
Damn, Hung Hung is TPing into this one. Yeah, he wants to make full use of his Exorcism, but being a little bit cautious, the hook shot doesn't quite land. Level 1 range, not quite there for him, so they do manage to get themselves away on Reality Rift.
Yeah, and Phoenix also pushed top tower, so they get 2 for 1 tower here. I think that's actually a pretty big win for Reality Rift. They did lose the tier 2, and they're going to lose the outpost here, but in the position that they were in, this was probably the best. There's no way you're defending that bottom. It's just absolutely impossible at this stage.
Yeah. No, the team fight, this Gyro is just too big with his Ags and with the Exorcism as well. It's not happening. You know, these guys, they're optimists, but they're realists. And they're like, hey, you know what? Let's do other things.
Decisive call there. Okay, Yassi though, he's gonna get Centaur Stomp. Oh, dodged it.
No, he's not. Yeah, unfortunately, I still think he might be in a spot of bother here as he's getting run down a wee bit. They got the Veil out onto him, Roll coming forwards as well, cutting off his escape, and Hustler will claim that kill for himself. in the name of the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're looking to defend this tier 1 tower as well. So Reality Rift really recognizing the importance of their middle tier 1 tower and making sure that 496 don't get away with it. And this is impressive. I mean, they've got a death profit on the side of 496. They've taken the bottom tier 2, yet have not taken the middle tier 1 yet, which does just give Arjit so much freedom around this map.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the thing that's holding them together right now. And Reality Rift understand the importance of the mid tower, and they're constantly protecting it. So if you look at the network now, they're stabilizing on Reality Rift. This is great for them.
Yeah, who needs to fight when you can play the map?
And Morphling is soon gonna have his E-Blade, and that's gonna be a big purchase. They got the Doom with the BKB, E-Blade Morphling, and then maybe the Phoenix can also get level 12. Oh, they're gonna kick. Oh, that's a big Doom. You can't use this hood anymore.
Yep, see you later, Necro buddy.
Yeah. Alright, so that's gonna give an opening enough to 496. It's funny, like we say that's a big Doom, you know, you got a big kill. It is a big kill, but now the ball's in 496 court, right? Doom's
Opens
on
up
cooldown.
opportunities.
Exactly. This is your time to fight if you want to take an engagement. What they don't know is that this Morphling has E-Blade.
Radiant are scanning.
Shotgun is cocked and ready to go. You gotta respect it. And they might find a target down here at bottom as a Tiny once again being controlled up. The Centaur stomp into the roll forward from the Earth Spirit. Yassi does not stand much of a chance here. Meanwhile, KXY dies the middle lane, but Yassi does finally get finished off. But at mid, we also have, KXY going down, and the tower probably heading with it, but Arjit's coming in here, stealing that Morphling form, stealing the split shot, but unable to save the tower. Maybe they can find something else. BKB pop from Alacrity here, but there's too much physical damage. He's got to back himself away. The shotgun comes in, they're trying to take down the DP. It will be successful. Overload comes in as well. 4, 5, 8, fighting up a man by himself. There's too much damage coming down onto him. He's gonna die, and that's gonna make it 4 heroes dead on the side of 496. Reality Rift are back, and they are here to stay.
Dude, that stun by the Doom was insane. He got like 3 of them locked down, Morphling waveforms on 3 heroes, and the E-Blade combo the DP before she can even get the Yos off. I think if she gets the Yos off, that could be a different fight. It would have been... She would have been dealing so much damage while also siphoning, and then use her magic wand. That's actually such a big win for Reality Rift, and the gold for the first time in this game I think is going in their favor ever since they got the first blood. So they're starting to hit their strides now, and that was a fight without the Doom also, like the Doom itself, the spell being up.
Yeah,
not the hero.
Oh, Bombi.
Oh, Bombi.
He is a man with a dream.
They're
He's
gonna
not
get
gonna
the
do so.
anyway.
Oh, dying for nothing. What a martyr.
Oh, I just know he's under a ward. He's got a lot of HP.
Yeah, he's not sitting on full agi, but maybe they can bring him down regardless. Let's see. You know, honestly, this is kind of... Oh, no, he's actually dead. Never mind, they do have the damage.
Yeah. That was a pretty optimistic bounty rune take, I suppose.
Yep.
By him there.
Did he get
Especially
it,
since they didn't see anybody helping the Clockwork bottom.
He did get it, though, so... You know, not mostly bad, like 99% bad, but he's got that 1%. I did it for my team. Did it for the boys. Meanwhile on the top lane, oh, Gyrocopter, he's in a little bit too deep here. Let's see if he can get himself away, but that's just not happening. He's got no BKB, and that means no chance of survival. Too much damage, too much lockdown on the side of Reality Rift to get away from that.
They just showed all their heroes middle, and 458 decided to hit the tier 1 tower top. That was quite questionable.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You can't have your other cores showing on another lane and you showing on another lane, and then it just gives a chance for Reality Rift either to jump the people mid or top. And because you're the one alone there on your Jarl, they go for you. Suddenly the Phoenix is level 13. Vessel, I think he has a pipe on the way or something. Or he's building towards a pipe. Pretty big items for
Phoenix here, and they have got the silence to stop him diving away, but unfortunately moving into the trees actually makes it fairly hard to bring him down as he's coming on over. They have got a team coming though. I mean, this isn't looking awful here, as they're actually going to pop the Supernova. They're making a fight out of this. Overgrowth coming through as well, trapping them inside that Supernova. The Yules out from DP, going to save them from a little bit here, but Egg comes crashing on down, the Doom's out onto the Necrophos as well. They've already lost Hung Hung, and they're going to lose Bombi as well. Clockwork goes down. Meanwhile, the Necrophos trying to run himself away. Alacrity unable to grab him with the War Storm, but he'll back himself out. Meanwhile, a buyback actually comes through from Bobby here as they toss forward the Gyrocopter into the front lines. They are going very brave with this one. I'm not sure it's going to pay off. They come rolling on in, and Agit will take him down. Oh no, Tiny Airlines comes crashing down on this fight. Bobby trying to run himself away, but the two-man stop from Alacrity holding them together. Sunray cutting on through as well as they try to take down the Tiny in the sidelines. A little bit more magic damage will be needed, killing off inside that Ethereal Blade. Meanwhile, the Reaper Scythe comes down, gets himself a return kill onto KXY, but Agit is the king of this fight as he takes down the Clockwork, looks in towards Dappy as well. Dappy's got plenty of heals to offer himself though, so not the easiest target. Can they be able to kill him off? Alacrity certainly can. He's just going for this dude, man. And then one more right click, and he will get the kill. Now a quick blink away. Alacrity on the run. Hung probably not going to be able to chase him out here, I don't think. Or he is even going to come in and help his little buddy out. Wow, what a fight from Reality Rift. They do lose a couple, but totally worth it as Morphling just turns up and slaps down on everyone. And two quick deaths in a row from the Gyrocopter to just send him tumbling down the net worth chart. I mean, in a game as close as this, you cannot afford to be making those mistakes.
I mean, at this net worth, he was actually 2,000 gold ahead of the Morphling, like when we last checked. And now the Morphling is actually 1,000 gold ahead of the Gyrocopter. So in the last few minutes, this Morphling has picked up a lot of steam. He's got a BKB now. He even finished it before the Gyrocopter. So he's actually a stronger version of Gyrocopter at this point now. With his net worth too. Yeah. So Gyrocopter, like, I think the problem is he's just not fighting, or they're not waiting for the BKBs before they can take engagement. They just feel like this Ags is good enough. But if you look on the side of Reality Rift, there's way too much magic damage, too many disables, and ways to like lock you down that your build is just useless until you get beat.
Yeah, and I think Gyrocopter probably wants to get a refund on his Tiny Airlines one-way trip, because that was not the kind of toss you're looking for if you don't have a BKB.
Yeah. So at this point, like, the liability of the Morphling is completely gone, right? With the engagements that they took, and 496 taking engagements when they shouldn't be, all of a sudden Reality Rift are looking like they're in a really good position. And as I say that, you know, normally when we say those things, like, the team just like fumbles, right?
It's like dives tier 4s.
I just want to be like right for once.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, they're jumping on the Death Prophet. Great Doom coming down onto him, making sure there's no exit for this one. Does she have buyback? She does not. Hookshot comes in, but doesn't save anybody. And now this fight is going in deep. Here it's out comes a Supernova. Gyrocopter locked down, brought down by Agit. They'll look over towards Bommy as well. Bommy is dead. And then it's going to be another 3 heroes sent to the grave, sent to the Nether Realm by Reality Rift. The pressure, it does not stop. They know there's no BKB on the Gyrocopter, and they are just abusing that fact again and again and again, and now they're making their way in towards Roshan. Let's bring down Roshan.
Got the best possible. This DP is 100% the best hero you can do, especially before she pops that EXO. And now they're actually
followed here, but I mean, they're just going to run out of the pit and come kill these dudes. I mean, let's see if they can make something happen for this. Dappy getting pretty low here, but Yassi just gets shotgun to the grave. Dappy not looking that protected either, as Agit's going to get himself another double kill. Buyback from both of them here. They want to defend this Roshan really, really badly here. I don't know what that was, though. I mean, that's one of those situations where, like, someone just needs to tell them no. Like, don't go in that direction. You're 2 versus 5. You might get a kill, sure, but then they're just going to run out the Roche Pit and kill you. Is it really worth it? Probably not.
It's really weird because 496 are so used to playing from ahead and constantly running at you and like stomping you in these kind of situations, and they're not sure what they need to be doing at this point. They just keep losing their heroes, so they're just going to buy back and pop the Exo and go into the pit here. But the Morphling's BKB is back up, and he's got they got Egg in 20 seconds as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one, but they toss back the Phoenix. Beautiful toss coming up, but unfortunately he's just got the Icarus dive. See you later. They weren't quick enough for the follow-up, and now Tiny could be in some trouble as they jump down onto him. Imagine in the middle of the fight, pop Map BKB along with Hung here as well, though, getting off a decent amount of damage in the middle of this fight. Meanwhile, Alacrity cocked up in the backline, so can't really find the right target for himself, but 458 already blocked down. Reaper's side takes down the Doom in response, but it looks like the Earth Spirit's actually been cut off here. Agit trying to help him out. Yassi jumping back in, going for the toss hit, takes down Hustler. Supernova does come out along with the Overgrowth here. Isn't enough. Melee Hammer on top of it as well. They've got the damage to at least bring down Bombi. Meanwhile, Death Prophet and Dappy still trying to hold the front lines here, but that's just not happening. Hung's going to go down, and it looks like Dappy's heading the same way as well. Yassi trying to come in, trying to finish off Rush, but it's not going to happen. The Aegis goes away with the Phoenix. That doesn't really matter, though, as Dappy is dead. Another team wipe for Reality Rift, and this game just went from hard to really, really, really hard for the side of 496.
Necro and Tiny also bought out in that team fight, so they are dead. That was such a perfect engagement by Alacrity there. He jumped in onto Gyrocopter, who still doesn't have BKB, by the way, 26 minutes into the game. They kill him off, and then that gives the signal for the Phoenix to be able to pop the egg inside of the Roshan pit, so they can't even see the egg to try and hit it. And then here came the follow-up Overgrowth into a Meteor Hammer. Such perfect execution of team fighting there by Reality Rift. I mean, all they lost was like the Earth Spirit and the Doom. They wipe out 5 heroes on 496 and the Necro Tiny dieback. So this Morphling, man, 60k power now. He's feeling like a god.
Look at Gyro, man. He's just like, please, please, let me get my BKB. My team won't stop fighting. It's been 3 years since I queued up this BKB. Oh, I feel you, 458. I really do. Like that.
They're gonna wait for the Doom though to revive. He actually got Reaper sighted last fight. That's why he's still dead.
Yeah.
I bet he could have gone to the toilet, you know, took a number 2, came back, and his hero was still dead.
Yeah, sometimes it's quite nice to get Reaper scythed up without buyback. It's just like, you know, got about 3 minutes now to just do what I want. Start writing my memoirs. Pick up jazz flute. All things you can do.
We should also mention, Alacrity has Shivas already on his Doom. He's got almost the same net worth as a Morphling though, so they pretty much have like 2 position 1s in this game. So what the Shivas does is when you activate it, it creates like this big vision for you. So when you blink in, you pop Shivas, you can see all the team fight. Yeah. And that gives an opportunity for the Morphling to just roll like wave in and just E-Blade combo whoever he's actually wants to target. So let that be like a Clockwork he wants to burst, or a Tiny, or whatever, because all the other heroes might be a little bit too tanky. The Shivas is going to provide that vision for him.
Mm-hmm. Very nice item indeed, and just obviously giving them the extra armor as well to help out versus the Gyrocopter's constant flak and those pesky Exorcism, of course, their physical damage as well, so reduced by armor. All important stuff. Middle tier 2 tower gonna start being pressured right now. Gyrocopter, he's done it! He's done it, everybody! He's finally finished his BKB. Rejoice. Might be a bit too late though, unfortunately, as Ajit has also picked up a Linkins in that time. So yeah, I mean, might be feeling a little bit inadequate. But you know, it's not about how many items you have or how big the items you have are, it's about how you use them. Reaper's Slime coming down here. They're really going hard onto this Morphling. Wow. They will actually get that kill. Beautiful pick up to start off this fight. The Doom is also out onto the Death Prophet, but she's already gotten off the Exorcism, so this is not a good play from Reality Rift, but this is great here. Popping the Overgrowth and just getting themselves away. Can they make the clean get away, or Bobby find a target? Yeah, he's got that hook. He's going to land it onto the Phoenix. This is the Aegis carrier, do not forget. And again, just getting the roll away. I mean, do they not have an Avalanche? Do they not have anything to stop KYXY constantly Icarus diving out of all his problems? Well, apparently not.
He might have not been in range there to actually get the Avalanche off, but I'm quite surprised. All they got away is with like losing their Morphling on the side of Reality Rift, right? That was a really nice Overgrowth there on the double BKB from the DP and the draw. They even popped the Exo there. In a way, if this Morphling, once the Morphling revives, that's a big timing for Reality Rift to be able to just smoke up and run into 496.
Yeah, because that
Exo is going to be done. Yeah. But that was a really nice play though from 496 to go on that Morphling. They got that ward in the mid area that was watching everybody, so they knew if like someone is going to be able to stop them, and then they got that stun into the Necro Reaper and just toss in enough damage during the toss, actually, to be able to kill him.
Yeah, yeah. They just dumped everything onto this Morphling's face, and he's like, oh, well, hey, you know what, guys? You got me. Not much you can do about that. I mean, I don't know what they do, though. The biggest problem I see still is just, like, every single fight, I just have absolutely no answers to the Overgrowth egg combination. You know, in the Roche fight, that's what we saw. If they're given the chance to get off these engagements properly, I don't know how they counter it on the side of 496.
Yeah. They really don't, because the Gyrocopter has to pick his BKB to hit the egg, right? Yeah. And all the Trench Protector has to do now is just blink in an Overgrowth whenever the Gyro pops his BKB. And as long as they do that, the egg will essentially go off every single.
Like, I think, honestly speaking, I really want to see, like, I don't know, it's something like an Orchid, or maybe give your Clock some farm, or maybe give your Necro. I mean, Necro's not going to be able to get into the backlines to silence the Phoenix anyway, but I don't know, I just feel like Orchid or something just to mess with the Phoenix and try and stop him getting off his egg every single fight.
What they need to do is they need to smoke and they need to kill the Trend Protector first. That's also an option.
Yeah.
Because if the Trend dies,
there's
this egg
two
is not
ingredients. Look at this. They're just walking past each other, and now they will
there
jump.
it
They're
is.
going onto the tree and straight away, but not still able to get off that overgrowth in the backside. Blackbeard's jumped in straight in on the back here, getting off the Doom onto the Necro, actually, and he's going to get Beatrice versus down, but Nuts and KXY already dead and out of the fight, but the buyback comes out from the Phoenix. Meanwhile, Yassi controlled up in the middle of this fight, trying to throw back Hustler. Hustler will lose his life to the tree thrown in by the Tiny, but meanwhile, Morphling just fighting on the front lines, but 458 actually trying to fight up into the Morphling here, and actually it can't. Perfectly timed from Bombi to help Mouse stop him getting up that Strength Morph, but now they control up Alacrity as well. 458 is actually doing it in this fight as Alacrity's going to get brought down. Phoenix coming back in here. He does have a Supernova, but does not want to use it. It's an ultra kill for 458. A comeback in the other direction as 496 are able to just switch it on and come back hard and smack down Reality Rift in a magnificent team fight from them. And there it is, you know, you find one of these two components of that very volatile team fight, this time being the Treant, you take him down and all of a sudden he pops you over too early, there's no egg to follow it up with as well, and you're just in an awkward situation.
Yeah, Nuts has to be way more careful with his position. He's got to play like maybe 1.5 screen away from his allies, so he's not the one getting initiated on. If they got anybody else but him, I think the overgrowth would have came out at a better timing, and that's like the difference maker, right? For Reality Rift here. So he died, the Phoenix got silenced up, the Phoenix has no way of removing the silence actually, which is also very bad, and 496 making some real clutch plays and good coordination as to who they need to jump in the fight.
Yeah, really impressive actually.
I mean, that's why I said this team is actually like the best team in this division right now in Southeast Asia.
Shot, kick back. Trend Protector trying to get onto the tier 4s right now, but the roll actually comes across onto the clock like here. Great kill from Hustler here, and he's just charging at the gyro. He's like, what's up, bro? My team's coming back in just a minute. You want to fight me? See what happens. And the Gyrocop's like, yeah, okay, fair point. I'm out of here.
Bombi, man. That was quite questionable, sir.
You know what he's like.
That deep. Right. I mean, we watched Bombi so many times. This man is the biggest wild card on this entire team, and
yeah,
that's a big thing because there's 458 on this. Okay, 458 was actually one of my ex teammates, and this man is absolutely nuts. Like, exactly, you cannot tame this dude. So, I'm quite surprised he's got someone even crazier than he is on his team.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder who the cool hard captain is of this team, keeping them all together. If their Pos5 is an absolute lunatic.
I mean, if you think about it, is this team really cool and calm? They're just always running at you.
Yeah, okay, fair point. There is no glue in this team. It's all just loose pieces rattling around the bowl, and it works.
But that's great. Yeah, exactly. As long as you have 5 players who think alike, that's what matters, right?
Absolutely.
Then you get the unique playstyle that other people don't have, and you know, 496, like, they're okay playing Dire every game. They're okay picking this Gyrocopter and doing the same thing and smoking level 1 every game. They're still winning games while they're doing that.
Tier 2 tower being pressured whilst the entirety of 496 are actually in the enemy jungle. So they won't be coming back to defend this tier 2, but they're going to put some pressure on the high ground, it looks like.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Something, of course, with this Exum actually queuing up the heart, interestingly. Does heart increase incoming regen, or is that making that one up? Okay, so it should work pretty well with Spirit Siphon then.
Increases all passive health regeneration by 50. Wait, incoming passive?
Passive, oh.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe
I thought it was an amplification on his regen, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, he does have a Paladin sword though, so that's gonna increase his regen as well of his heart. It's not terrible. This it's actually pretty good.
Oh, that doesn't heal you, does it?
So I do think like this
return to you with life. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. We don't have the answers for you on this one.
Well, I'm just telling you, like, it's actually a good item because she doesn't need to build like a Shiva's, right? There's not a whole lot of physical damage on the side of Reality Rift. Even the Morphling is doing E-Blade combo, try and burst people down. So, I think the heart's pretty good. She's gonna have like 4k HP. Then with the Paladin sword, she's gonna have some insane healing in the middle of the fight.
Dude, yeah, see, he's just like, you know, I know they're scouting this Roshan with a courier, just lobs a tree into there and gets the easy courier kill. Drycopter actually finishing off a butterfly, and Morphling, no MKB to speak of just yet, so that could be a real factor in this next fight. Drycopter even harder to kill, not forgetting the armor component of the butterfly as well, of course.
I assume he's also going to go for like a rapier or something on Jaro. Oh, maybe he's going to go for Scotty and then the rapier, or the Aegis and then rapier.
Yeah, he's got the Satanic, so it's always tempting when you take down Roshan. But they get started with Roshan. I mean, they need to do something about this. It's already down to about 33% HP. Korea does see it from the Doom here. Maybe they can make a play. Hustler jumping into the pit. So start this one off. He's got a BKB as well. In comes Alacrity on the backline as well. They Doom up the Gyrocopter. No, he's doomed himself with the Lotus Orb. Oh no, they're jumping into the pit right now, trying to take it down, but the Roshan has fallen, and 458 picks up that Aegis. Supernova doing a decent job. If they can't kill it, a couple more punches will be required, and they bring it down. The egg is cracked, and along with it, Reality Rift has cracked as well. A disastrous, cataclysmic team fight from the side of Reality Rift sets them back so far in this game. Oh god, he doomed himself, Theban.
That was a really nice Lotus there from the Necrophos onto the Gyrocopter.
Yep. Really quick reaction.
Never feels good to doom yourself, man. Never feels good.
Really?
Okay.
Oh dude, they're going for the win. They might just get it here as well. Let's see. They don't have their ultimates. They can't team fight.
Nah, they just want to force as many buybacks as they can and then go back to the racks. Because the racks is impossible to defend, to be honest. Right? So I might as well just force the buybacks and then go back to that. They have 5 heroes alive. They have to wait. I mean, they're just going to have to sacrifice probably 2 sides of racks here. The Trent is slowing them down quite a bit, but not going to be enough for the Phoenix to revive.
This man's crazy. He's jumped into the trees. Obviously, they've got vision over him, so they're giving him a bit of beef, but he'll be okay. Looking out onto Ajit. So actually jumping into this. They actually want to try and start this fight right now. Hustler as well, jumping into the front lines here. Ajit trying to take down the Tiny as the first hero in this fight, but they won't be able to do so. Meanwhile, they look towards the Clockwork. Clockwork will die, and actually, Gyrocopter not that healthy either. He has got a Cheezo. Going to pop it. BKB coming off as well. Trying to slowly back themselves away, but actually maybe looking for the turnaround here. The Morphling is silenced up and rocketed up as well. They need to help him out. His Sunray healing him so much, and now the String of Morph comes in. He's going to be okay. Alacrity still being this big, tanky frontliner here as they try to block the Necrophos to get themselves some kind of purchase in this fight. But again, they're just pinging out the Morphling. They've got the Spirit Side. They've got so much potential. Stand and kick back as well. Helps him out, get him up to the high ground. Meanwhile, Acti getting kind of low. The hook shot comes on through. It's enough to finish on Ajit. Comp's coming back as well. Ajit does not have a waveform. He's got nothing left, and he gets killed by Bumby. The Clockwork does it. The dieback on the Morphling. Oh my goodness. 496 are playing so well, and I don't think there's much left to defend. Honestly, they've got the Supernova, but they don't have the Overgrowth. It's just so awkward at this point. Maybe they can go for something crazy. They have to go for something crazy, but now they toss back the Trian. Trian in some trouble. He's going to get brought down. Only 2 heroes left. What can you really do? Reaper side onto Alacrity just for the fun of it. Supernova kind of come out inside the fountain. That is definitely... it's basically GG if you pop Supernova in your fountain. And it looks like game number 1 will be going to 496, provided a 5-man fountain dive doesn't take place here. But that's not going to happen. They will be able to take it. Wow, what a game 1 here. Turnarounds, comebacks, the team fights, a galore, a crazy, crazy first game in this best of 3 series. But 496 are the victors.